Good morning class. Today we will discuss the next topic in JavaScript, servlets. Before that we have discussed about the client side technology, how JavaScript is useful for the client side. Now we are going to discuss about the server side. So for a server side we need to discuss about the servlets. Now you're thinking what are servlets? Servlets are usually found in, like you have read about in Java language, also you have studied about the servlet. Here we are going to discuss with the point of JavaScript how the servlets are able to do the work in a dynamic environment, how they are making the applications more portable, more faster, more cool. All these topics we are going to discuss here. Fine, one by one. Let's see. These are the contents in a serverless technology. Like what is Java servlets, servlet services, why use the servlets, time servlets, deploying servlets on Eclipse IDE, servlets architecture, API, lifecycle, example, processing parameter, image count servlet, sessions and cookies we will also discuss in this session. What is session? Session API, session timeout, login, logout, browser cache problems. Fine, this was the content which we are going to cover about these lectures. Now, what is server? Actually, what are servers? Servers are the server-side programs that run on a web server or an application server and act as a middle layer between a request coming from a web browser and database or application on the server. Means what? Actually, you can say servlet is like a mediator between the web server and between the web browser and the server. If you send any application to the server, first it is received by the web browser through the client directly connect to the browser. So it will send the request to the web browser, then it will be transmitted to the server. Fine. But between the web browser and the server, there is a one middle layer that is known as servlet. So servlets will receive the request and it will first try to find in their memory whether the application is there or not. Otherwise it will send to the server and server will process the request and then it will send to the servlets and servlet will pass on to the web browser. Fine. So this process going by this way. Now a web server response can be dynamic or a static. What do you mean by dynamic or a static? Means it can be like an HTML document or it can be like a JavaScript. No, it's not like that. Let's see what is static and dynamic. HTML documents is retrieved from the file system and returned to the client. It is directly retrieved from the file system on the server side and it is returned to the client. That means static. And dynamic, HTML doc is generated by the program in response to an HTTP request. Fine. If it is already present in the on the server side and then it is sent to the client, then it means it is a static. But if it is not already present, if we are trying to generate by the program, if it is at a time it is generated by the program as per the request of HTTP, then it means it's a dynamic. Fine. Two servlets have one technology for producing the dynamic server response. Java servlets are the one technology. Actually, I will discuss about what are the Java servlets. Java servlet actually a technology for producing dynamic server response. Okay. So let's see in a programming in a proper definition form. Servlets are the server-side programs that run on a web server or an application server and act as a middle layer between a request coming from a web browser and database or an application on the server. Fine, that's same thing I told you about this. Now next point, the protocol and the platform independent server-side components written in a Java which extend the standard web server. Whatever the rules and regulations, they are almost platform independent. That's why it is more usable for us, because the platform independent. Otherwise, it will not be such good technology, because it's a dynamic. It creates the dynamic environment around us. So we use the servlet. Java program that serves the HTTP request. Usually Java programs are there who serve the HTTP request. Fine. An HTTP servlet class provides a dynamic content generation, HTML, XML. If you will see कि only HTML is there, then how can be the how can be the dynamic? But in response, with the help of HTML also, they are creating the new web pages. They are creating the uh, new requirement as per the request generated by the client. So whenever they are generating the new things, then it means it is making the dynamic. Fine. Now, it provides basically Servlets provides a general framework for the service built on the request response paradigm. Whatever the response request paradigm, on the basis of that, it provides a general framework of the service. Servlets are portable to any Java application server. It is portable to any Java application because basically we are using the Java technology for build up the servlets. That's why we are saying it is portable to any Java application server. Servlets have access to the entire family of Java and Java APIs. Fine. Servlets actually access the whole entire family of the Java because it uses the different concepts at different times. So they have to access the Java technology, all like JDBC, persistence, EJB, JMS, all this they are using. All this family they are going to be used. Fine. Fundamental part of all Java web application technology. Servlets are basically the fundamental parts of web application technology like JSP, JSF. Of all these technologies, they are the fundamental part. Fine. Now, servlet services. What kind of services Java servlets are provided to us? Java Servlet provides many useful services, like it provides a low-level API for building internet service. If you are going to build the if you are used to the internet, then if a high API is there, then you have to use so much bandwidth in your internet over the connection. So with the help of Java servlets, you can use the low-level API. Fine. It serves as a foundation of Java server pages and Java server faces technologies. Servlets, you can say it's like a pillar or it's like a base of this server pages and Java server faces technology. So nowadays servers are going to be very important, and I hope you have already studied servlets in your Java courses also. And servlets can deliver multiple types of data to any client. It is not a like data specific. You can provide the multiple data type with the help of servlets like XML, HTML, WML, GIF. It depends. Various variety of the data can be provided by the servlets. Fine. Servlets can serve as a controller of JSP or servlet application. It can control the JSP, like Java server pages are controlled by the server and servlet applications also. Why we are going to use the servlets in this time? What are the importance of this? If we will not use the servlets, then what will happen? The first biggest advantage of the servlets is portability. What do you mean by portability? Means you can run it anywhere at any platform. You don't need to worry about the platform specific. If you are going to write the things about the platform specific, then sometimes it becomes the costly also, and it's not as such good. So we usually try to make the things which can easily portable from one system to another. So that's why they are saying servlets. It write once, serve anywhere, serve everywhere. Means you can write once time and you can serve anywhere. That's why we are saying that servlets are the portable. Now the power. What do you mean by power in case of servlets? Power, it can take the advantage of the all Java APIs. Fine. Power can take the advantage of all. Means as many application programming interfaces are there, we can take the advantage with the help of power, because it actually uses the low internet bandwidth and it provides the good services to us. That's why we are switching on the servlets. Servlets are the elegance. Elegance is not related with your different environment. We are discussing the elegance term in our technology. Like, what do you mean by elegance? It means simplicity due to the abstraction. Even though so much abstraction is there in a servlets, but still it is very simple. Anyone can decode it easily. Fine. It is efficiency and endurance. Servlets are much more efficient and it is highly scalable. Means you can extend their version, you can extend their size according to the type of environment And if you are making for the low level, then also it is easy. Like let's suppose sometimes you have developed the subjects for a small group of people, but later on you need to develop it for a large number of people. The same subjects can be extended up to high level. So that's why we are saying that subjects are highly scalable. Now, next is subject safety. Why we are using the subjects? Safety, basically subjects are more secure, encryption is there, so it is very less like it doesn't gonna to make any kind of data diffusion is there, or any like data threatening is there. This kind of problems are not occurring usually in subjects, so they are more secure and safe. Strong type taking and the memory management. Memory management is very good in the subjects, and type checking means like in a programming language you usually do the type checking by the integer float character, so this can also be done in this here. That's why they are saying that memory management and strong type checking. Next is integration. So extensibility and the flexibility. Servers are designed to be easily extensible to the currently optimized for the HTTP uses. Means how you can make it more extendable. Like I've discussed about the scalability. Same you can make it extension also. Servers can be easily extensible for a large number of scales. It is flexible invocation of the servlets. SSI servlets, chaining, filters, etc. These are easily available in the servlets. So highly technology good one also, and we will discuss in the next lectures how we can create the servlets and how the servlets are more important for us. Everything we are going to discuss about this technology. Fine. And the sessions, how the sessions are created and how they are most useful. And the cookies, basically sometimes you access the internet and you put your details like login ID, password. So these all details are saved in that, and later on you again access the same web page, and you are again getting the same things. You don't need to fed up it again and again. So by all this, just because of with the help of, because cookie enable function is there, that's why you are able to access the things. So we can say that the servlets are more useful, and it is also help in a session creating. So, and please, I request to all of you again and again, please ask me your doubts. You people doesn't ask the doubt. You don't, only maximum of 10 to 15 students are going to ask a doubt around among from 60 students. So if you will study, it will be good for you, and this is a long time and you can easily study. You have a lot of time, so please use this time and make yourself more skillful. As the lockdown will end, it is very difficult to get the job in this time. So as much you will be very much you have a lot of skill, then it may be sometime somewhere you will be able to survive. Otherwise it is really very difficult. So please do work hard, and please ask your queries to us. We are only for you people, right? Okay. So these all I've discussed about this. What are the servlets, servlet services, why we use the servlets, and how we create the servlets. This I'm going to discuss in our next lecture. Fine. Deploying servlet or enable servlets architecture. Servlet architecture I can discuss in a short, later on I'll discuss in detail. HTTP server, it's like a class. Servers are nothing, it's like a class inserted by the server to produce a dynamic response. Okay. Servlets, is nothing. Servlet alone is nothing, but it's like a class which is initiated by the server to produce a dynamic response. Fine. When it get the request, then automatically it generate the reply for that program, that request. That's why it is created. For each of the HTTP method, get, post, and other, there is a corresponding method like do get, do post, do put, do head, do delete, trace. Means we have to use the keyword do for it. Do get, post, put, head, delete, trace, and these we are all gonna to use in this. And servlets request object, response object. Request means HTTP request header, form data query, client, and the HTTP servlet response encapsulate data sent back to the client. response body. This we all discuss in our next lecture. Servlet life cycle I will just explain in a very short. Like new means it's like you have discussed the cycle in your operating system also. Similar to this here, like in teaser services, do get, do post, do delete, and so many services are there. When it becomes destroyed, then it will give the message to the destroyed. And all the services which are going to be there, like get, post, do, delete, all these are called continuously in a loop. Fine. So these are the servlet life cycle. These are the methods on which methods we are used to initialize the servlets, and by which services we are going to make it serviceable and destroy it. Java servlet example is there, like we need a HTML form with a text form method, get or post, action, the servlet's input type, you are putting text. These we have created in a JavaScript also. Same thing also here. The servlets can later retrieve the value entered in the form field, like string name, request or get parameter, username. So by this way we are going to access hello servlets. You have put it the programming like this way, hello form.html, and here you have written the form method get action hello servlet, please enter your name, and this hello servlet will be created by this way. So these all we are going to be discussed in our next section in detail. Today we have discussed about the servlets and why it is more usable and more good. Fine. Okay, thanks a lot.